With Kir Noel. Here on a different day, kind of a holiday version of my show where we talk about how to stay present in the now while the world is in the future and fear and constant frenzy, and we're just going to keep it simple. That's the goal here. So I just wanted to put up a post today to do the show and just tell you what's been going on in my world, and maybe you can relate to it and understand some of the challenges that you're facing can be improved. Maybe they can be improved. So the pre-holiday frenzy has begun. We're looking for significant savings and possibly even the best deal ever for somebody we love who deserves our attention. So gift giving is kind of a difficult challenge for many, myself included. And we're just, like barely getting to this feeling we're trying to give each other, which is total love and commitment to be there for each other when things are going great, when things are not going great, whatever is going on, and kind of be best friends to each other. So my version of this is to kind of take this moment, this holiday, and which is my favorite time of year because I was a winter baby. My birthday was very recently, and I've learned that my birthday was not the significant, important feature of the season. It was always this holiday coming up. It's called, the holiday of the seasonal greeting holiday, whatever version of it we celebrate in any part of the world. So, I've learned to kind of birthday wise, that's sort of secondary. The voluminous gift giving that goes on around, Christmas and Hanukkah and Kwanzaa and other holidays are far superior to the birthday giving I was getting as a kid. But as an adult, it seems to my family is catching me back up on that. I had a fabulous birthday, so I want to thank them for that. But doing this, living in the now while the world is not really doing anything in the now is kind of difficult at best. So what I was going to say is I'm going to carry the feeling forward. I'm going to remember in between these holidays daily that I have significant love, friends, caring people in my life always there for me, and that can be celebrated every single day. So let's try to not put too much pressure on ourselves to do a giant celebration of the people we love and care about, but more so just remembering to do that every day. All right, take me off that edge of it must be perfect now. That's part of my navigating the now, just letting myself be as imperfect as I am, but also remembering to do everything I do in my life with kindness. Um, so if you're new to my show, sometimes it says live stream for members only. That is not the case anymore, so I'm going to hide that. We're a show that you can always subscribe to on YouTube. So please go to my YouTube channel, Navigating the Now with Kir Noel. You'll also find on that channel my beautiful podcast called How We Heal. And I call it beautiful because the people that are always generously contributing their voice to my podcast are really beautiful people. I mean, they're just people that bring themselves fully into our world and contribute significantly. And I celebrate them. I think the show, How We Heal the podcast, is about hearing how people can become completely who they are, even with life's challenges that are significant. And of course, there are some who had a lot of care and loving parents and family members get them there, but that's not always the case. So please listen to my show and make sure you go to my YouTube channels, like, subscribe, and share. This channel has grown greatly, so I want to thank all my new subscribers. I want to again encourage anyone listening to go to my channel, DM me, and I'm also on Instagram, Medical Intuitive Kir Noel. You can also find me on TikTok, and DM me, and I will choose someone who will receive my wonderful How We Heal mug. I will ship it to you. This is like a three-dimensional puffy lettering. I think it's kind of interesting and cool. And it reminds you, of course, hopefully, and people that see it, that they should also partake of the podcast, which all these platforms are supported by my medical intuitive work. So the other thing I want to share with you, and I don't and haven't before now, is that I am a practicing medical intuitive. That's how these platforms are provided production funds. That you can look me up, Kir Noel, Medical Intuitive. You can also look up Healing a Body, one word.com, and you can have a session with me. I have been blessed with this work for almost 40 years. I significantly stepped into it a decade ago when I kind of let go of my other career that I felt was the natural choice to not be revealed as a medical intuitive. So if anyone's hiding their intuitive skills or keeping them their understanding that's special and the worldwide judge hidden in the closet, I totally get you. I totally do. I have friends who do all kinds of alternative healing in my course, in my travels as a medical intuitive, and it's very challenging to just step into that part of ourselves and be with it in this world. So I don't have a lot of I think there's a lot of crazy news, so I can get right to this second part of the show. I'm going to do a short show today called Intuitive or Not. This is just crazy. So intuitive or not, I live in a country that just stole oil from an oil and took an oil tanker. It's like a provocation. There hasn't even been the provocation of an attack. It's we are taking and attacking someone else. That is totally not okay with me and most of the country. I think, when you give someone power, be careful because people that want power are usually not healthy, balanced people. Uh, People, not always the case, but it's the rare person who has a capacity to use power for the benefit of all. That's just a very rare quality. So we have this person in charge who has abused their power and others have let them abuse it. And we will not forget you. We will not. And there is voting going on soon in the midterm. So hooray, maybe democracy will survive. We shall see. So I call, don't do this in my name. Again, don't take uh, resources from other countries. Don't kill people without provocation. Don't do it without due process. First Amendment rights and due process for every individual on this planet. Human rights is kind of the premise upon which this country said it was founded, although I know we got here with a lot of horrific choices that were made, like slavery. So we're not in the dark in our minds. And in this country, most of my peers are very aware of how unhinged this is and how radically different it could become if we get up and vote. So just to remind everyone that this is obviously not a healthy um, choice that a country is making. I think it's an individual and powerful individuals are making this choice. So I separate us conscious people from them and say, no, it's not okay. So that's one of my intuitive or not calling it out moments. I just want to invite you, if you have the ability to come to New York City. One of the things about this part of this country, New York is a very liberal part of the country, which is annoying to those others. And we have beautiful sights, and just walking around New York City right now and having a hot chocolate in your hand or a coffee and just taking in the sights, which costs nothing. Thank goodness there's nobody at the gate yet, creating a fee. Do it. It's just uplifting. It's powerful. If you have the opportunity, I don't know if there's a webcam at Rockefeller Center, but there may be, and you can just enjoy sitting in your home wherever you live and seeing that there are people in this part of the world who are loving. So please hold that belief with me because I'm holding on to it tight. So intuitive or not, there's stuff going on. Just not having a healthcare system that works, it's astronomically stupid to me. We are the wealthiest nation. We don't put that as a priority. That again tells me the people in charge are probably the wrong people, or absolutely the wrong people. I went to do a Google ad on one of my podcasts, and my wonderful technical support person, who is my employee, told me, they would not allow my How We Heal podcast to be aired with an ad. And the reason for that, and I meant myself advertising on my own behalf, was because something political was in it, and that was on Google. So I don't, I suspect that that is foul play too. Nothing was said that was treasonous, I guarantee it, but there were statements made that made their opinions known, and I encourage them. I encourage you to be honest, always, and forthright about your own political view. So I'm not sure I like Google Ads anymore. I'm going to investigate it after today's show, and I may be stopping my ads for a while. The power of the purse. I'm listening to, and this is a political person. I listen to one of the few. Mary Trump does a daily, expose and truth telling on social media, and she talked about how it's just these platforms. We have so much power because we can pull the plug on just simple things like canceling Hulu, and look what happened. Jimmy Kimmel was back. So that's one example, but it was only took 4 days. So if we just turn around and go, no, Amazon, no, we're can't, I'm not buying anything. I'm stopping. And of course, it does kind of hurt our friends who work for Amazon. So there's a balancing act to be made here. But in any way, when we take our own individual power, which is significant and huge financially, because the money that's paying for the craziness we all see is our money. It's our freaking money. So my black cat Poe just joined us, which is about time to wrap up the show. He's getting anxious. I think it's time for a snack. Um, and I definitely work for him. So I hope you have a great day. I hope you find the amazing bargain you're waiting to see in the stores to reduce your pinch of your purse. And don't buy into any thought system that doesn't include the belief that you are important in your life and that you have a lot to give. Anything that is not right there at that level, I say, intuitive or not, no thank you. All right. Well, thank you for being here. Go to my website, howweheal.site. There is a significant ongoing once a month training that is a very reasonable price. I've reduced my price and cost for this significantly in a tremendous way in hopes that many people can partake of it. And if you'd like to do it and you have a financial need, let me know. DM me. All right. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you all soon. Bye.